All right, so in this next video, we're going to talk about prototyping your ideas. How do you go from idea into action? So if you recall, in the prior lesson, we talked about brainstorming and divergent thinking, and this idea that you want to come up with lots of ideas and then pick the best ones to try, the best ones to go prototype. So if we think back to our example from before, we had this how might we question, how might we help high school students at my school manage their work better? And let's say that we came up with a number of ideas. There's 5 here. You should come up with more than 5. But imagine we really like this idea of having a text message reminder service. So let's think about how we could take that idea and start to prototype it and test it and build it. First thing to understand is that a prototype is a small test of a bigger solution. So you're not going to build the full thing as your prototype. We build out our prototypes one step at a time on this journey to get to our North Star, to get to our big vision and goal. So if you were thinking about a text message reminder service, you might have like a nice app for the iPhone, and you have like artificial intelligence, it's sending smart reminders. There's all this technology that could be a part of this thing. And realistically, that might take years to build that. But you can start small. You can build a small version of that same idea with the same purpose and vision and goal and impact in just an hour. So let's think about how that could work. A 1-hour prototype of our text message reminder service, what you could do is you could text a friend and ask, what work do they need to get done after school? And then you could send them a reminder in the evening at night, say at 9 p.m., and check in and say, hey, did you accomplish those things that you wanted to after school today? And then all you need to do is see if it worked. Like, did it help them? Did they finish their homework this time? So, have a conversation, send some messages with them. Did it work? Did it help? Did you feel more motivated? Did you want to get your things done because you knew I was going to text you later and check in? Was it helpful to have kind of an accountability partner in getting your work done? So that is a prototype where you're already making the impact you want to make on someone without having to build all this stuff and spend all this money. This is free to do. So then your next prototype after that, you just need to take what you learned and do it better. So maybe you got feedback that like, oh, the text actually came too early. I wanted it, like, I'm not done with my work till 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Or, oh, I didn't set a good goal earlier on in the day. So maybe you need to develop some other process to help them do goal setting. So your next prototypes, you're really just learning from the first one and trying it with more people, getting more feedback from different types of people who are kind of in your target audience here. So once you start on that journey of prototyping, you kind of learn what to do next based on the feedback that you got from the person before. In this process, it's really helpful to set these constraints of doing something quickly, because if we let time go by and we let the process take 3 months, it'll take 3 months. But if we prototype something in 30 minutes, we can prototype it in 30 minutes and learn a lot, so that the next time when you build something, you know what to build. So it's important to really think about your first prototype taking less than 30 minutes and then making it something that you could try in the next week, not something you have to wait months in order to test. How can you build it quickly and try it soon? And don't be like Quibi. I don't know if people have heard of this, but Quibi was this streaming service that launched in 2020. And the investors spent $2 billion building an app, a streaming service app with content on it in short form, like 5 to 10 minute videos with all these famous actors. They spent $2 billion and they didn't test anything. They spent $2 billion. They built the whole pretty app with all these famous people, and then they launched it. And surprise, surprise, it didn't work because they didn't test anything. There was no experimentation. There was no prototyping. They didn't build a prototype. They just built the whole thing and launched it, and it failed because they weren't testing and learning from the action that they were taking and the people that they were interacting with. So don't be like Quibi. So the key lessons here: start small, learn quickly, and test your assumptions. All right. So In the next video, then, we're going to get into some more specific tools for how you can build some prototypes that are pretty cool, but are still free, using some great tools out there. All right, good luck.